Yeah, just had a tour of the facility today. The facilities are awesome. Was able to reconnect with a couple coaches. Talked to Paul Gunther, who I played for in Cincinnati, and talked to Coach Adam Zimmer, the linebacker coach, and Coach Vikings. So, it's been a good day so far, and just excited to, get ready to come back here and get started.
Chris Thomason.
Oh, hey, Nick, welcome to Minnesota. How come it took a few weeks? I know the Vikings just tweeted out you just made it official, but I know you agreed to terms like 3 weeks ago, and the new league year started on the 17th. Why did it take a few weeks before everything got officially done?
Yeah, I just had some personal stuff going on back at home that I had to take care of. And so once I had all that taken care of, I was able to come out here and get the deal signed. So,
Lindsay.
Hey, Nick, welcome to Minnesota. I was just curious, I know you mentioned connecting with some of the coaches and whatnot, but just overall, what sort of appealed to you about being in Minnesota and being a part of Mike Zimmer's defense?
Yeah, I mean, historically, since he's been here, they've been one of the best defenses in the league. They got a lot of really good players, at linebacker, on the D-line, in the secondary, Pro Bowlers. And I played in this system under Paul Gunther when I was with the Bengals, so I'm very familiar with the system. So that's really appealing to me.
Questions for Nick? Go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, Nick, I was kind of curious, where do you best fit into this defense? What do you envision your role being on this defense?
Yeah, I mean, from the years I was playing in it with Paul Gunther, I played all three of the positions, so I think my versatility is something that can help the team out, whatever they need or anything like that, along with special teams. I played a lot of special teams throughout my career, so, I'm just, whatever can help the team win, I'm good with.
Pierre?
How important?
Nick, you mentioned your familiarity with Paul Gunther and being involved in that type of defense. Why do you feel so comfortable in that defense? Like, where do your strengths kind of come out of by playing in that system?
Yeah, I mean, it's a defense where you play a lot of different coverages. You got to be able to do, quite a bit of different things. You got to be a smart player where you can think and diagnose, very fast, and I think I do a good job of that. And then, I mean, just the techniques, I think, is one of the biggest things in this defense. You got to be very technique sound because you do a lot of different stuff. And I think so that plays in my strengths in that aspect.
Chris?
Oh, hey, Nick, just kind of tell us a little bit about yourself. I don't know what your hobbies are, what you like to do. And, I mean, some guys come up to Minnesota and then they tell us, they like the outdoors here and what have you. Fill us in on all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up in Utah, doing a lot of hunting, a lot of fishing. Got horses back at home, so, I do a lot of horseback riding, so big outdoors guy. Me and my brother, love to train horses and do that whole deal. So, yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see what they got going on around here and get out and maybe do some hunting and fishing.
Lindsay?
Yeah, I'm just wondering, Nick, how much you followed, the games of Anthony Barr and Eric Kendricks and what you're looking forward to about playing with them and potentially learning from them as well.
Yeah, I mean, they're, two guys who have played in this system for a long time. And when I was with the Bengals and Paul Gunther, we would watch a lot of Vikings film, just comparing, in the offseason and stuff like that. So, I've seen a little bit of what they do, obviously. They're two really good players who are really talented and have been good for a long time. So just to be able to play with two guys like that, I'm very excited about.
Mark?
Yeah, Nick, I was curious, just how bad was Zach's accident that ended your bull ride?
Oh, it wasn't that bad. It was, I don't know, he fell on his head and they thought he had a broken neck, but he didn't. So he was fine. But yeah, after that, my mom said, he had a couple scares before that. So after that, my mom told my dad, no more rodeo. They got to play football. So.
And you were 10 years old?
Yeah, I believe I was like 9 or 10 years old, somewhere around there.
You were riding bulls at 10 years old, or were they?
Yeah,
what did you ride?
They're just like miniature bulls, so not full grown.
Yeah. What's more dangerous, football or bull riding?
I'd say bull riding. Those guys, yeah. they get beat up pretty good.
Any more, Mark?
Yep, good.
All right. Lindsay?
Yeah, Nick, with going to the Chargers last year, I guess how challenging was it to sign with a new team with, no off season and everything going on with COVID? And then kind of going off of that, how much will having that familiarity with some of the coaches help this transition?
Yeah, last year, I mean, it was good, the guys there were great, made some good friends out there, so they were very welcoming. And I think the Chargers did a good job, of, I don't know, just kind of working around the whole COVID deal. We didn't really have a big breakout where we had to send everybody home and all that. So, yeah, I mean, just going through the process again, coming to a new team, meet new guys. I think it's all just kind of depend on what the restrictions are. Just kind of get in here and meet everybody. And, I've been through it once, so we'll see how it goes this year.
Any more questions? All right, Chris. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, Nick. Just how did it come together so quickly with the Vikings? I mean, I think it was right there at the start of the legal tampering period. Boom, you agreed to terms. How did everything come together so fast?
Yeah, I mean, they reached out, I think right when the legal tampering period opened. And so we just kind of talked to them all day long for about 8 or 9 hours that whole day. Just kind of talking with my agent. We felt like it was a good fit, just based off that I've played in this system before and I had some familiarity with some coaches. And they got a good defense, and so, they got a good culture here, and they've won a lot of games in the past. And so, yeah, we just felt like it was a really good fit for me and everybody and my family as well. So we agreed to it, and here we are.
Lindsay?
I know you mentioned your brother. Just how special was it to team with him at Utah State, and just to kind of have this whole football experience with him throughout your life?
Yeah, that was pretty special. Not a lot of people get to play with their siblings in college, and me and him were very close. We've done everything together growing up. And then being able to play side by side for 3 years was, a pretty neat deal. And then it was especially good for me because he was in the NFL before I was, so he was kind of able to help me through that whole process of how it goes and, how to train and how to keep your body healthy and the things I needed to be doing, because he'd already been through it for a whole year. And then it was great because in the off season we had each other to train with and do that whole deal. So I think just having him being able to mentor me in a way has helped me out a lot throughout my career, which has been great.
Mark?
Yeah, were you guys similar players? I see that you were both like 1-3 in history of tackles for loss at your college. Similar players, and is he still in the league?
No, he's not in the league anymore. He played 2 years for Miami and then 2 years for Washington. And so he's not playing anymore. He hasn't played the last couple of years, but yeah, I mean, similar style of play. I think both smart players. I think both instinctive linebackers. He was a little bit bigger than me. I think I was a little bit quicker, a little bit faster, but he was a little bit stronger and a little bit, like I said, a little bit bigger guy. So a little bit different play styles, but yeah.
All right, well, we'll wrap up here with Pierre.
Nick, after you being in Cincinnati, you start a lot of games for them, and then you go to LA. I know you said you had a great experience with the Chargers, but was it difficult for you not to get the starts that you normally got in Cincinnati, and how do you translate that into trying to have to prove yourself all over again here in Minnesota?
Yeah, I mean, that's just, how it went. Played a lot, like I said, I played a lot of football on defense, and I played a lot of special teams. And yeah, I mean, it is hard once you go from a starting role to, being more of a backup. And, but I got a lot of playing time last year, played, a lot of different spots for the Chargers, and, had a good productive year when I, got my chances. And so, yeah, I mean, we got a new fresh start here, and, we'll see what happens.